Hello everybody, today we're going to talk about the red Coris wrasse, Coris Gamard. And so I had a large one. I had started him as a baby. Unfortunately he died. He started about that size and he grew to about 9 inches or so. So I wasn't going to get a new one, but I just could not help myself. They're one of my favorite wrasses. They are pretty juveniles and they turn into pretty adults. When you get them, most of the time you'll see them as little juveniles in pet stores or fish stores. You want to make sure they're eating at the fish store. And they do live in the sand, so you want to make sure, they sleep in the sand, excuse me. So you want to make sure you have a good, 2 to 3 inch sand bed or so for the little guy. This guy was eating pellets at the fish store, but I don't feed my fish pellets or flakes or anything. They eat frozen. And he was eating from day one. He did get in when you put him in a lot of times, like this guy did. He went in the sand for about 4 or 5 days, and then came out after that and stayed out ever since. So don't be alarmed if it does that to you. Kind of like when I talk about my leopard wrasses, they all go in the sand for some reason for several days, and then when they feel comfortable, they'll come out. But nobody really bothered him. He didn't get harassed by my other fish or anything like that. I'm trying to see where he went so I can get a better. There he is. He's back there. But he's kind of still unsure. Nobody chases him, but he's kind of unsure of the big fish. But there he is right there. And he just spends most of the day just picking around at rocks and picking around at the sand. When they get bigger, they will overturn large objects in the sand. So if you're somebody that puts a whole bunch of coral, like we'll say scolies, acans, brain corals, different things in the sand, on your sand bed, as they get bigger, when they're little, it's not a big deal, but as they get bigger, they will overturn it. Most anything. So you will have to put things up on, as you can see in my tank, all my stuff's up on rocks anyway, so you'll have to do that if you decide on a red Coris wrasse. In my experience, they're not overly aggressive. They can hold their own against anybody. When you start them as little babies, I think in my opinion, probably have better luck with that when they grow up in a tank. I have seen sub-adults, when they're little, or they're about maybe 4 or 5 inches with sub-adult ones at fish stores. They're a little bit more, they could come in with some bad habits. Usually a lot of times they're trade-ins and stuff. But none of the other wrasses really paid him any attention. But definitely one of my favorite wrasses for sure. But again, make sure they're eating. Don't be alarmed if they hide in the sand for several days after you acclimate them. As usual, as I always mention, make sure you check your local fish store salinity before you buy them. To match your, I like I said, I always buy my fish, my wrasses especially, but from reef tank salinity, 2.5, 2.6, something like that. I keep my tank at 2.5. But that's about it for the little guy. So I'll do more videos as he gets bigger. But my last one, I wish I would have gotten more videos of the guy when he was little, and I didn't. So there's plenty of videos you can go back and see my first red Coris wrasse on some of my older videos. Alright guys, thanks for watching.